While you wait for the next Smash Brothers game, and generally, if you're just tired of playing the same old Smash Brothers, then I hereby challenge you to use one of these meta-challenges to extend your Smash playability. Using my background in game development, I've developed a series of meta-challenges, not unlike the Nuzlocke challenge for Pokemon, that my friends and I often play. These challenges not only give you a new way to play, they also allow for you to grow as a player by expanding your character selection or helping you develop better counter strategies. Enough intro, let's move on to the first meta challenge. This meta challenge is called Character Elimination, with a shared pool. There are two ways to play this. Arguably, the funnest is by sharing a character pool. The first person to choose a particular character owns that character until they lose a round. After the character is defeated, neither player is capable of using him anymore. They are essentially dead to both players. So that's why we call this Character Elimination with a share pool. Each character you defeat is worth a single point. The player with the most points in the end wins. Knowing your opponent helps when making your selection. If you know your opponent has 2 or 3 mains, it would benefit you to select them before he or she does. For the round rules, you could set the round to 1 stock or any amount really. Depends on how long you guys want to play, but if you want a nice even game, I suggest setting the rounds to 2 stock, no items, Omega only stages. Now here's an example on how to play. Let's say player 1 selects Mario, player 2 can no longer pick that character. This is incredibly debilitating to player 2, especially if he's a Mario main. So player 2 is left to choose a character. He selects Roy. Player 2 knows that player 1's main is Roy. So let's say player 2 loses. Roy is eliminated from being selected by either party, so now player 2 has to make another selection, while player 1 has to stay with Mario. Player 2, being a devious individual, decides to choose player 1's other main, Dark Pit. Player 2 loses as Dark Pit. Player 1 remains with Mario. Player 1 has 2 points, while player 2 has 0. Player 2 makes his third selection, Luigi. At this point, player 1 is sweating bullets because he just had to kill off his 2 top mains, Roy and Dark Pit. So player 1 decides to lose the round to Luigi so that he could choose his third main, Lucina. With Lucina, player 1 demolishes player 2, beating out whatever character player 2 throws at him. But eventually, Lucina does go down to a careless play, and player 1 has to make a different selection. It goes back and forth for a while with player 1 winning some and player 2 winning some. Eventually, it comes down to player 1 and player 2 with a single pick each. Player 1 has Olimar, player 2 has Wii Fit Trainer. Player 2 wins the battle, but player 1 has wiped out most of the characters. With 35 points, player 1 wins the game. If you have any fun or innovative ways to play Smash Brothers, I'd love to hear it. We'll try it out, and if we like it, we will feature it on this channel. I'll see you next episode.